Hello, everybody, and welcome to the November 2019 vlog for the Disneyland Magical Audio Tour. I hope everybody had a wonderful Halloween, and can you believe it's less than 4 weeks until Thanksgiving? I actually have quite a few fun Thanksgiving activities planned for the month of November, as well as some special things for Mickey Mouse's 91st birthday, which is on November 18th. And I also want to update you on some of the changes and things that I've added to the Disneyland Magical Audio Tour. So sit back and let's get started on the November 2019 update. First of all, before we get started, I want to remind everybody that it does cost money to bring you the magic. And we are nonprofit, and all of the money that we do take in from the few Patreon subscribers that we have help pay for our web hosting fees and our internet fees, and to bring you new content and special rewards and all sorts of fun things. And the more support we have, the more magic we'll be able to bring you, and the more we'll be able to continue bringing you the magic. This is a labor of love, but it does cost some out-of-pocket expenses. So if you have a few extra dollars and you do appreciate what we do, we would appreciate you becoming a Patreon supporter. And if you are a Patreon supporter, we offer many special rewards, such as free audio content, and we have a commentary video that we do for a classic Disney cartoon that we send you every month. And if you are at the $25 level, we even send you a commentary of a classic episode of the Disneyland television episode, where we watch the television episode and provide you with a running commentary. I do a song of the day every month that you probably know about, and if you are a contributor at the $5 level or higher, you will get all of the songs at the end of the month that I had featured as the Disney Song of the Day. So it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. We do offer lots of special rewards, so please consider becoming a Patreon. Just go to Disney Chris on the Patreon website and you will find us. So one thing I wanted to mention is that we are no longer going to be making t-shirts because we had a lot of issues finding a vendor that was financially feasible for us. However, we have an alternate plan. Instead, we're going to be doing coffee mugs, and we have two designs. So far, we're only printing the first design, which is the Dateline Jiminy Crickets, but when those are out, we will then be printing a second version, which is the DisneyChris.com Magical Audio Tour version. And those who contribute at the $25 level have already qualified for a brand new free Dateline Jiminy Crickets mug, and we're going to be sending them out this month. And those who qualify at the $10 level are going to get their mugs this coming April. So we'll be sending out mugs, free mugs, to everybody who has contributed for 10 months at the $10 level. It started in June, so April will be 10 months. At the $25 level, it was after 4 months, and because we started in June, they've qualified at this point. So we are also going to offer these for purchase without becoming a Patreon supporter. We will provide more details later, but they're going to be $15 a piece, and plus shipping. And we hope that if you're not able to become an ongoing Patreon subscriber, that you might want to purchase a mug instead, and all of the proceeds for the mugs will help support our show as well. So that's coming up very soon. We will post on our Facebook and on the website, DisneyChris.com, and on our Instagram and Twitter. We will let you know when the mugs are ready for purchase. We still have to work out all the logistics, but it's probably going to happen this month. And just if you're following me on social media, I will keep you updated. Otherwise, we'll have an update on the December video 1 month from today. So, like I said, we have lots of fun things going on for November. And there's really 3 holidays this month, if you think about it. There's a special Disneyland holiday called Dapper Day, and then there's Mickey's birthday, and then there's Thanksgiving, and I have special things for all of those. Also, this month we're going to have a brand new episode of the Jiminy Crickets podcast, which is going to be Disneyland 59, and we're going to have a special guest, Lynn Barron, who is the host of The Sweep Spot and the co-author of Cleaning the Kingdom. He was a janitorial custodian at Disneyland for several years, and he wrote a book about his experiences. But this time, we're going to talk about Disneyland 59 and all the amazing attractions that premiered in the summer of 1959. That'll be coming out towards the end of November, so look for that very special podcast episode. Now, Dapper Day, I did something really neat for Dapper Day, and I created a special playlist called Songs to Dapper Your Day By. And on this playlist, I have several songs that are sort of fashion related, but they're all old, vintage, classic, fun songs from the 1950s or earlier, and a few show tunes that sort of are timeless, so they go out of the 1950s. But I wanted to post this playlist on the YouTube channel, but it was rejected for copyright, even though every single song on the playlist is available to listen to individually on YouTube. So instead, I posted a video on my podcast website, which is jcricketpodcast.blogspot.com. Let me show you how it looks on the website. Here's my website, and towards the top, you'll see this Dapper Day. It's actually the second one down because we just posted a brand new episode of the Dateline Jiminy Crickets a couple days ago. So that's at the very top. And then the second entry down is Dapper Songs to Dapper Your Day By. And if you click on that, it'll bring you to this page, and it has a video right here where if you play it, it'll play all of these songs that are listed below. There's 34 of them in total. It's about 90 minutes in length. It's 94 minutes exactly. And I posted a few fun pictures of people enjoying Dapper Day. If you don't know, Dapper Day is actually this Sunday, November 3rd. So I thought it would be fun to have some music for those who are participating in Dapper Day. And as you can see, there are a bunch of fun songs like Put On Your Sunday Clothes, Putting on the Ritz, Top Hat, White Tie and Tails, Shine On Your Shoes, Tuxedo Junction, You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile, all sorts of songs that have to do with clothing. And so check it out. You can listen to it on this page of the Jiminy Cricket podcast. And if you'd like, you can also go back and listen to past episodes of the regular audio show or Dateline Jiminy Crickets. We also post an audio version of that on the website here. If you scroll down one more, you'll see we did a Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary episode which is a 3-hour tour of the Haunted Mansion, room by room. And before that, we did a Mary Poppins episode this summer. It was a 2-parter, actually. So we've been doing the podcast for several years, and we're up to episode 116, would you believe? And that's just of the audio show. We also do our news show, which is Dateline Jiminy Crickets. And this is just a special thing I posted on here because I couldn't post it on YouTube, unfortunately. But it's still there and able to be enjoyed, so check it out. November 3rd is Dapper Day. So, let's get back to the fun activities that we have planned this month. There's my little artwork that it's not my artwork, but I added the songs to Dapper Your Day by and the little musical notes. But the other thing is that it's Mickey Mouse's 91st birthday on November 18th. So for my Disney Song of the Day, I'm going to have Mickey Mouse themed songs from November 11th through the 18th. And also, in addition to that, if you want to check out my website, if you go to the chapter that's called Anniversaries, there's 2 sections, well actually there's 3 now, that are dedicated to Mickey Mouse's various birthdays throughout the years, milestone birthdays. There's a 1978 50th birthday celebration with several tracks. And then further down on the page, there's a 60th anniversary collection with a few tracks. And recently added is Mickey's 90th birthday, which is at the very bottom section of the page, and there's several tracks here for Mickey's 90th birthday. So lots of birthday music for Mickey Mouse on this chapter, which is the Disneyland Anniversary chapter. So be sure to check that out. In addition, we have Thanksgiving this month. So for that, I'm also doing a special block of songs from November 24th through the 30th. Thanksgiving is on the 28th. So I will have Thanksgiving-themed Disney songs for all those days. It's about 1 week. I think it's 6 days. It's even going to go beyond Thanksgiving up until December 1st, which is going to be my annual Christmas Disney Song of the Day. I can't believe it's only 1 more month until our Christmas countdown begins. This year has gone really fast. So, one other thing to check out, Thanksgiving-wise, is I have on my website a chapter called Holiday Time in Disneyland. And this is basically every holiday with the exception of Christmas. And I just moved all of the Thanksgiving songs up to the top of the page. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And they're a lot of fun, so if you want to get into the Thanksgiving mood, be sure to check those out. What I do on this chapter is I always move up the most recent upcoming holiday to the top of the page. So now that Halloween is over, I moved all the Halloween tracks towards the bottom of the page and bumped up everything else. So now Thanksgiving is the next holiday. So be sure to check that out. So, in addition to all that, I've been working on the website this month, but I haven't added much content. Oh, before I move on, I want to mention one other thing. On the same chapter, which is the holiday chapter, I just added a brand new track at the very bottom. The bottom sections, there's 2 sections at the bottom of this chapter that never change. They're always in the same position. One of them is called International Festivals, and the other one is called More Cause for Celebration. And in the More Cause for Celebration section, I just added the same exact track that you can listen to on the Jiminy Crickets podcast, the Dapper Day. It's also here as just an audio track, same exact music, and it's at the very bottom, track number 117 on the holiday chapter. Dapper Days, Songs to Dapper Your Day By. It's 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 21 seconds. It's also on the continual player, the very last track on the continual player. So that's an alternative way to listen to it, if you would like. So, next thing I wanted to do, because Thanksgiving is coming up, is I want to give thanks for something. So what am I thankful for? Well, I'm thankful for all of you and all of your continued support, not just financially, but just giving me thank yous for what I do and appreciating what I do and participating on the Facebook group that we have for Jiminy Crickets, and all the well wishes and all the birthday wishes that I got last month. I was completely overwhelmed. I wasn't able to answer them because I got hundreds of birthday wishes, and so I tried to give a heart to everyone who sent me one, and I really appreciated it. I wish I could have answered all of you, but I would still be answering them right now if I did. There were so many of them, and I'm just so thankful for all of the support and everything that you've done for me over the years. It makes what I do so worth it. So I don't have that much to say about new content being added to the Disneyland Magical Audio Tour, because I've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work this month, and I'll show you some of that with a document that I have here. This is my master list of all the things that I'm currently working on. Everything that is highlighted in yellow has been set up for final cleaning. Now, what that means is after I edit the track in full, then I go back and carefully listen to it and make edits and adjustments and corrections and clean up, remove any skipping, remove any clicking, remove any noises. This is a very tedious and long procedure, and depending on how dirty, for lack of a better word, the track is, it can take me forever to do the final cleanup. So what I generally like to do is, before I move to that stage, I like to sort of get everything set up first, and that's what I've been doing over this past month. I've been setting up a lot of stuff for final editing, or final cleanup. I used to call it final editing, but it's really not editing. The editing part is done at that point. It's final cleaning. So everything marked in yellow is what is done. Some chapters, and currently, if you haven't been following me, I've been working on chapters 1 through 6 and 19 through 28. The middle chapters is the next stage. I'm not going to work on any of those chapters until 1 through 6 and 19 through 28 are completed. At least completed as far as I can go at the point I am now. What happens is Disney puts out more new things, or I come across audio I didn't have before, so nothing is ever completed. But completed as far as everything that I have right now. So the first chapter is Welcome to Disneyland. That one is almost done. There's only 3 left to work on. And then Hometown USA is Town Square. That has several that need to be set up, including these railroad tracks, which people, no pun intended, railroad tracks, audio tracks that have been marked coming soon, I think, for 4 years or longer now. I am going to get to them. They are on my list, so don't worry. They're a lot of work, a lot of editings. They're complicated. They've got a lot of different audio things going on. That's why I've been putting it off. It's a major, major project, and it's very difficult. But I will do it. I've done it before. I'll do it again. So don't worry. It'll eventually happen. I'm also redoing several things, improving things that are already on the website. And these also need to be set up and cleaned. So those are also on the list. The third chapter is Meet Me Down on Main Street. I have several done, but I still have a lot left to go. And a lot of redos as well. The fourth chapter is The Heart of Disneyland, which is Central Plaza. And I've added several new things that I'm going to put on there. And I'm going to redo several things. Also, I Love a Parade. Disneyland Parades is Chapter 5. That's got a lot of redos that I haven't set up yet. Now, this chapter is the one I've sort of been focusing on recently. This is Adventureland, Tropical Regions of the World. And this one's almost done being set up. I think I only have 3 new tracks left to edit. And 4 redos left to edit. In fact, these 3, number 10, number 19, and number 49, I just did yesterday and today. So these are brand new things I just finished setting up, ready for final editing. Then we're skipping all the middle chapters and jumping ahead to the chapter I added this past May, which is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. All these marked in yellow are set up for final editing. So basically everything except for one track is set up for final editing, which is Hyperspace Mountain. And there's 4 tracks I'm still waiting to get the audio for. I know I have various sources that may or may not have these tracks, so it's still sort of a question mark whether or not they're going to be included. That's why it doesn't say redo, it says audio needed. So these might not end up on the page. It's still sort of a question mark as to what's going to happen with these. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. The hotel chapter has everything. That's why this is highlighted yellow, because everything is set up and ready for final editing on this chapter. Disneyland After Dark only has one thing that I need to set up. I came across a really good, clean version of the new version of Fantasmic, and that's going to be added soon. So, also, the Sweethearts Night is Valentine's Day related, so that's got sort of a time constraint on it because I want to have it done by February. So I might actually stop this and get this one fully done, do the cleanup and get it added soon. Same with the things here on the Christmas page, Christmas Time in Disneyland. These are all set up, but I'm going to probably the middle of the month start working on the final versions of these 4 tracks so that they'll be there by December. I don't want to start doing that until at least mid-November so that my neighbors won't think I'm insane listening to Christmas music in at the wrong time of year. They already think I'm insane as it is with all the Disney music. Why make it worse? So the Holiday Time in Disneyland is going to have that same Sweethearts Night track, which is the one that's also going to be on the After Dark chapter. So I'll be able to kill 2 birds with one stone when I edit that. Now the ones marked in gray, these are actually completed and already on the website. You see Dapper Days, Songs to Dapper Your Days By, that's already available. Already finished that. And then I also finished some of these tracks on the Magical Milestones chapter. So, and this one has only 3 left to do, so that one's nearly done as far as setting up. And then there's one track I want to redo for the Disneyland Records chapter, and there's a few ones I'm changing and adding. And then I mentioned this in the last update that I consolidated my TV Land chapters. They used to be 2 chapters, now they're only 1 chapter. In case you missed that, let me show you that right now. So, let me get to that page real quick. I used to have this split up from, it started from the 50s and went up to the late 60s, and then the second part of it was from the late 1960s and went up to the 90s. But now it's all been consolidated on 1 chapter. And I was able to do that because I used to have things all separated, but now I've sort of combined things. For example, Dateline Disneyland used to be 6 or 7 tracks. Now I'm going to have the whole thing be 1 track. So it's only 1 track now. So there's a lot, and that's true of a lot of these. Some of them are still going to be separate tracks, like these. But other ones are going to be consolidated into 1 track. Like this Disneyland 59 used to be several tracks. So these are all going to be changed so that they're not like little increments of if it's all from 1 TV special, it's all going to be combined into 1 track all by itself. So that's why a lot of the stuff that was on this chapter before is now gone, because I have to redo them as a continuous track covering the whole television episode, whereas before I had them like I had 1 song per track. And because I have less tracks now, I was able to group them all on 1 page, which was really something I always felt sort of weird having it split up. So really nothing is going away, and I'm actually adding even more new stuff, so I'm just sort of formatting everything differently. So this is all fairly new. I think I probably talked about this in the last update, but I just thought I'd bring it up again because it's all new. But anyway, getting back to that list, the list shows all the things that are already set up and all the things that I have to set up. And there's only a few things I have to redo that are already there. Anything that I have to redo that's not currently on the page, I just counted it as a new thing. Even though the separated versions were there previously, I'm just counting them as new, because they're not there now. So if that makes any sense. So that's pretty much it for this month. I mean, it doesn't look like I've done anything until you look at my list, which nobody really sees. I've been really busy, and I will continue to be busy throughout the rest of this month. And I hope to bring you good news of all the things I accomplished over this month. So thank you for joining me for the November update. I hope everybody has a wonderful fall, a wonderful November. Stay warm, have a terrific Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you in December. Bye-bye.